Okay, so today is February the 26th. We are going to go over Monday.
Interruption. At this time, Group 3 needs to report to the small computer lab for testing.
Okay, we're going to go over Monday night's homework. Monday night, the homework, it started the review for the 9 weeks test. The 9 weeks test is Friday, and it is 100 points, kind of in its own little weird category, as I'll call it. Meaning Friday for math class is kind of the end of the 9 weeks. Let's see. It'll be, I want to say 25 questions, but it might be 20. It's A, B, C, or D. I don't know what else I can tell you. That's pretty much it. So like these. You may not have 2 parallelograms, but you probably will have 1 parallelogram, okay? So, these first 2, find the area of each shape. You got to know the formula and what shape it is. Starts out, it's a parallelogram. Formula is A equals BH. B times H. Okay. Number 1, 40 feet squared. Area is always squared. Good so far? Number 2, 50 2/3 yards squared. Good on that one. Okay. Going on to number 3. 3 and 4 are triangles. Okay. On the triangles, most kids are making it to these 2 numbers, but we're forgetting to divide by 2. Please make sure you divide it by 2. Triangles, base times height divided by 2. Okay, it's still area, so it's still squared. Any questions on these 2? Okay. Anybody? I don't mind. The next 2 are the trapezoids. These have been the ones that have gotten some kids today. So what I tried, give me a second. There we go. Okay, so the trapezoid formula has 2 bases that have to be added together. Add the 2 parallel lines. And then it's times the height. I will say this. If you have that 12 in here, that means you added it in it. You can't add it in there. Okay. If you got 387.6, you were almost there, but you got to divide by 2 to get 193.8. Any questions on that one? Good on that one? This one, there's a tricker here, the 4. You should not have used the 4. The 4 should not be, it is a tricker. It's the length of a side. So your 2 parallels are your 2 bases. Your height, remember, has to be at a 90 degree. Okay. In the end, I got 28. If you got 56, you probably forgot to divide by 2. Any questions? Find it interesting. This group is so quiet. Okay. Number 7. Let's see. On 7, I realize it says parallelogram, and it turns into a rectangle, if you want to get real picky. The square, it looks like a square, but it is a 17 times 16. I triple checked it. It's not 17 by 17, and a lot of y'all just kind of assumed, but I had to triple check it. I started counting dots. I counted dots. Then I even did the points. If it's 6 up and 10 down, 10 plus 6 is 16. I kept checking it, I guess. I use that formula because it's a rectangle or whatever. I know. And it looks like 17 by 17, but you can't assume. You gotta. And really, if you go out, like you had to go over to the 7. So from here to here is 7. And then you had to go to negative 10. So negative 10 plus 7 is 17. Check it with points. You know, like, that's just the way we should do it. Okay, number 8. Starting out with the weird shapes, as I call them, or composite figures. On number 8, we talked about cutting this thing. You can cut it different ways. I cut it as a rectangle and a triangle. If your triangle, you have 8. You forgot to divide by 2. Okay, in the end, they have to be added together. So if you got 20, you subtracted. On these, we want to put 2 shapes together and get it all as one. Any questions on that one? Most of y'all had this finished, so I'm hoping you're checking it. Like, if you're just sitting there staring out in space, I'll be honest, it's not going to help you because you don't know if it's right or not. I'll be good. Okay. Number 9. Okay. I personally cut number 9 like that. You didn't have to. Okay. But my top is 1440. My bottom is 504. And then I added them together to get the 1944. Added them together. And that's, you know, I mean, you could have cut it different ways and done more boxes or something. Mm-hmm. To me it is. What was it? The bottom? I did 72 times 7 to get that box. Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh, on number 9, I got 624.
You subtracted, I think. No, you still didn't subtract. So do you have your answers for each square? Like what, or rectangle? Do you have those numbers? Oh, I don't know what happened then. I would think you just, I don't know, just keyed it in wrong or something.
Oh yeah, that 36. I did put 6, but it looks like a 0.
Oh, so you did 6 times 40? 240, is that what you got for that one? Yeah, 36. But that's an easy, like, that's something we can fix. It's just what I would call just writing it wrong. On number 10, I'm going to start with the way I did it. Okay. I did it as a trapezoid because, to me, using one formula is just faster than using 2. So, I did this as a trapezoid and got 49.5. You didn't have to. You could cut it. Bam, there's that formula. If you cut it, I got the square. This square is 39. And that triangle is 10.5. Not 21, 10.5. And then add them together to get the 49.5. Take that. Listen, take the hat off for me. Please, guys. Get with me. It's not that. It's just... Stop. I just don't, you know... Any questions? Why I did what I did?
How did you get the 6.5?
Okay, 6.5 came from here to here is 10 on the bottom. Okay, I had to kind of bring that up and think, well, it's 10 from here to here, but it's only 3.5 from here to here. So I did 10 minus 3.5 to get that one. Okay, so I did, if your square's messed up, you might have gotten your square as 60, but it's supposed to be a 6.5 times 6. That's the other issue on that one. Okay? Yeah, on my trapezoid, I used 6.5 plus 10. I did times the height of 6 to get that. So I basically, on the trapezoid, never used the 3.5. I don't know. Kind of weird. Like, we can do these, all different ways. Some kids would do a full-blown rectangle, which if you think about it, it might have been easier. If you did this whole rectangle, it'd be 60, right? 10 times 6? What if we just took out that triangle? It'd be a 3.5 times, what's this wall? 6 divided by 2, and then subtract it out. It doesn't matter as long as we all get 49.5 how you do it, I guess.
I got 60, but then I realized that's because I didn't
Divide by 2. Yes, it's getting a lot. Like, it's been all over all day. I can't lie.
I got 40.5 and then realized I used 3.5 instead of 6.
Yes. Using that for, did you use this formula? Yes. Listen, that is, that's that length. You want it to be 2 parallels, but it's got to be the sides that make the shape, I guess. Yeah. It's weird. It's kind of a weird one. Number 11. This is where we start shaded region. To me, it's where you take out the middle, usually. Take out that middle. So my outside rectangle was 80. My middle parallelogram was 27. But since we want to get rid of the middle, I subtracted. So if you've got like 107, you added. But we need to subtract on these. Think about it as ripping out the middle and throwing it away. Good on that one? Okay. 12. 12. Give me a second. Same thing. Big triangle. Which my big triangle I got, 1 second, I'm having about my hair, is that one. It's 360. Guys, if you got the big triangle as 720, your answer down here is probably 710. So if you got 710, you forgot to divide by 2. Middle one's 10 and subtract again because we're going to throw out that middle. Added. So you got 370. 360. Yeah, 360 is the triangle, and then we got to get rid of the middle, which is that one. The good thing to me about an ABCD answer choice test is most of the time when you get them wrong, that's not going to be one of the answers. The only that there might be if you didn't divide by 2, because that's like a common mistake. But usually if you start over again and try it again, you'll get the answer. So, okay, 13, composite figure. Back to the same thing, putting 2 shapes together. I got the top triangle is 20 because it's an 8 by 5 divided by 2. The bottom rectangle is a 5 times 20, which is 100. And since we're putting it together, it's 120. Good on that one? Last one. Weirdest one of all. Now, since I'm videoing, I'm going to draw on this thing. Basically, most of us got the square. We got the 400. 40 times 10, 400. It's the triangle that's throwing us off. So please look and I'll try to explain it. Okay, you need a base and a height.
I got both of these right, but I got 212.
Divided it. Subtracted, I think. See if you add them, that's what you should get. But see if y'all subtracted. See if you did 400 minus that and got your answer. Because you should have added. And basically what happened on this triangle, if you miss the triangle, you don't have 187.5. Please look. You need, the height is 25. That's kind of You might have put 2.5, but it's 25. Okay, from here to here is 10. But that's only the middle part, guys. You need this part also, which is 2.5, and this part also, which is 2.5. So getting all those together gave me this 15. So it's 15 times 25 divided by 2. So if you got 175 for that triangle, that's because you did 10 times 25. You didn't add in the 2 extra little pieces. Okay? Listen, the best thing to do if you missed one, rework it, watch the video, see if you can get it right, doing it again. Yes? You sure? Okay, I don't mind. Anybody else? Okay, so today we're doing what I call part 2 of this review. Here's the plan. In just a minute, I'm going to give you a couple helpful hints. Hopefully you spent your time wisely. Y'all cut back on questions, so your group should definitely have enough time to get most of it done. We're doing volume and surface area. Volume's the easy one to me, because it's easy. Length times width times height. The short. Okay. One second. Let me look at my paper. I just don't remember. Let's see. Oh, it's not 600. Okay, so that's what's wrong. You have 40 times 10.
Yeah, I changed it because that's what I was reading here because I had a 50 in this. Oh, God.
Okay, 15 would have been this whole wall, and it would have come all the way down here.
So it's 15, right?
No, 15 is for the triangle, but you only want the rectangle, which is this end, the 10 right there. So that rectangle right there is a 10 by 40. Does that make sense now? Like if I take all that off, 10 by 40? Yeah, the 15 is the base of the triangle. Now I can see what you did. See why you did it. It's okay. Here we go. So we give you some helpful hints. Yes? Please wait a second. I think you asked quite often. But write this down first. Then we'll do that. Okay, so here we go. This is Tuesday's study guide for the 9 weeks test. Looks like this, in case you wonder what it looks like. Okay, start now. We need volume. Volume. The formula is volume equals length times width times height. Volume equals length times width times height. Volume. Any volume. Okay. Now, going down, honestly, these are all just regular volume. Going down to number 7. Here we go. Please do this one with me. I've done this in every class, so we'll see who has it tomorrow. Find the missing dimension of each prism. Okay, so they give us the volume, but these are the ones where they either want us to find the length or the height or whatever. So first, missing dimension. Write the formula. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay, step 2. Fill in what you know. I know that the volume is 1080. I know that my L is my variable. My width is 12. And my height is 5. Now it should kind of start looking like an equation. Clean up 12 times 5. 60. Okay. Whole goal is to get length down here all by itself. So how do we get rid of a times 60? Divide. What we do to one side? Do to the other. Okay. Now, the length is whatever that is, and then yards. Okay. We'll let you do number 8. Now on the back, it is area. So you're using the formulas from yesterday for the parallelogram, trapezoid, rectangle, whatever shapes you need. We should be showing formulas and work for all the shapes. So like this one has 3 different sets of numbers. And so on. So there should be a good bit of work on this page. Okay. So, go for it. You got a good bit of time. Please be getting it done. If you don't have a bunch of homework, please, please, please.